Welcome back to the quarantine edition of the Mount Blue podcast. I'm your host, Michael Ferrari. It's kind of cheap. The equipment I'm using is pretty cheap, but it's whatever I have. And for my first guest for the quarantine podcast, I have Keegan Andrews. How you doing, Keegan?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing very good. How are you doing this pandemic?
Just living my life.
Yeah. Anything interesting?
Not really, honestly.
Yeah, same.
I'm
Uh,
failing school, but that's cool.
oh. Do you think people are overreacting when it came to like shutting everything down, or no?
I mean, no, definitely not. I understand for older people and stuff, but there's people who have freaked out on me for hanging out with my friends and doing what I want. It is just annoying. Why can't they mind their own business? I know the risks of doing what I want and being out, so I don't need to hear it from other people. I guess just kind of annoying.
Yeah, I mean it can. I yeah, I mean it's kind of overreacting at the point where they're like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna have to call the cops on you. You are not 6 feet away."
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I know it's annoying. I'm like, and since we're all out of school and stuff, it's been over a month. And what do you actually miss school?
I do. I hate online school. I just want to go back, but obviously that's not happening. So.
I know. Well, I mean, what I can imagine what your favorite part about school was early childhood.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I definitely miss the kids.
yeah.
'Cause,
Wait, is that the main reason you loved it? Just the kids?
I mean, since I was in third grade, I wanted to be a teacher. So obviously, when I heard about early childhood and stuff, I just wanted to do it as soon as I heard about it, and I just obviously being in early childhood with the preschoolers and having them every day you have class pretty much you get this connection with them, and it's just I don't know, we all just miss them a lot.
I bet they miss you. Like, oh, they're hanging out with their like older kids and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page with the preschoolers moms and us and our teacher Lonnie, and we get to post things for them to see, and they post pictures or videos of their kids, so that's kind of nice that we still get to keep in touch with them.
I mean, since you were so passionate about it, from your experience in early childhood, what do people misunderstand most about raising kids?
Um, Definitely what they go through, because obviously they're too young to know really what they're supposed to be doing, I guess. So I don't know. Some parents just I don't really know how to say it. Aren't there as much as they should be, and that just obviously starts off a shitty life or a crappy life for the
It's okay if you can. It's okay to swear.
okay, a crappy life for the kid, and I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it honestly.
I understand her. It's Well, I've talked to my parents about it, and I was never really in daycare. I was in preschool, but that was it. Was that
Yeah.
like you come home and your parents, you only get to see them maybe 2 hours, have dinner. The next day, they're both out to work and stuff, and you don't get to see them that much. I think
Yeah.
that's a big part of having a childhood is when you're younger, is your parents being there when you're young, teaching you and stuff.
Yeah. And I mean the good thing about the preschool with early childhood is that it's only for 2 hours each day.
Hmm.
So, and usually one parent comes and drops them off, or their grandparents. But we have this one kid that both of their parents bring them every single day and pick her up, and you could just tell she's the shyest kid ever, but she loves it there, and her family's just her parents are always there. They're always together. It's them three. So I don't know. She's very shy, but at the same time she knows what I don't even know, dude. She knows. I don't know. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
Okay.
That she knows that they're there
Yeah.
for her, and they see them every day. It's just that a lot of parents nowadays that both, like I said, both parents are at work and the kids in the daycare, they don't get to see them that much.
Yeah.
And that's why my mom uh, became a stay-at-home mom, is because she wanted to like be there for us and take care of us and take care of the house and stuff, which I greatly appreciate it, but sometimes I do take it for granted and stuff, and but I
Yeah,
do
I think we
appreciate
all
it.
do though.
Hmm.
There's definitely times.
Yeah, yeah, totally. But yeah, I remember that you're every time in history class you were always talking about the kids, and you always sometimes would visit next door too in Felpashes.
Yeah. Always.
Always. Maybe in the future, if if my sister if my sister and mom are up for it, I could bring her in for one daycare thing maybe.
Oh my gosh, yes, the baby days. On Fridays we have baby days.
Hmm.
That'd be great.
That would be great. She's 7 months now. She turned 7 months yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
She's so cute.
she's still trying to talk. So you quit a lot of sports over like the few years. I'm not asking
Oh
why,
god.
but what was your favorite one to play?
Definitely field hockey. I was gonna start playing before school ended. Like, you know how school got like canceled or whatever that Sunday?
Hmm.
Sundays are when we have indoor, and I was gonna start going to indoor that day, but it got canceled.
Yeah,
So
uh,
now I'm just probably not gonna play again.
and you were pretty good at basketball.
I was okay.
I remember you hit some 3 pointers and stuff during games in middle
Oh
school.
yeah.
Middle school.
My mom wanted me to keep playing basketball, but I don't know. I just wasn't having it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, with the field hockey getting Corona getting in the way of field hockey, like because this has taken such a huge impact on the world. It's so crazy to think that everyone in the world is like living through something people are going to be learning in history books in the future in school.
Yeah.
And we're all like being affected by it.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, what a lot of people really want to know, the $1 million question is like, when do you think this will end? Like, what do you see in the future? Can you predict when this will end? And do you think we'll go
Um.
back to the first semester, like next school year?
Well, so my mom's a nurse, and she honestly doesn't even think we're gonna open back up in the fall for school.
Yeah,
Um, cause like she knows all of the like little stuff that we don't know really about it.
yeah,
But I don't know. I definitely hope we're gonna open back up for the fall.
yeah.
But
I know. Like, there's so many people gonna have senior year, and they're gonna be having soccer, field hockey, and all that, and they've worked so hard. I know everyone who does a sport is so passionate about it, just for it to be like cock blocked by Corona.
yeah, literally.
Literally. I'm like, do you know? Do you think? Do you see where there's an end? Where there's going to be an end?
I mean, I definitely I see people that like stay home. So like obviously they won't get it or carry it on or stay home as much as they can at least.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the people kind of like me who just like don't really care, I guess. Which when I'm out, it's not really like I get out of my car much.
Yeah.
So there's that, but at the same time, I don't know. There are a lot of people taking the precautions. So, and I mean, we've seen the numbers drop and everything, especially in Maine.
Yeah.
But I definitely, I hope they'll find a cure. But it's been heard that it might like take more than a year.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cure because I don't know if there's so much going to be a cure because they're talking about Corona being like a seasonal thing, like the flu. Like, yeah, they have flu vaccines, but there's still a flu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I if I have to guess when this will all be over, it'd probably be when we middle of next year, next school year, or maybe when we just go into college. That's when I think because
Honestly, I'm gonna guess it's like November.
November.
Yeah.
That's a fair choice because I mean the fall seems pretty bright, and it's like a pretty long ways away. I mean November, that's like 7 months away. So
Yeah.
we are all hoping for that because we get to go back to school. Like football season's back and all that stuff, and it would
Yeah.
just suck for there's so many opportunities that people are being like seems like being cheated out on.
Yeah.
And it's just really hard.
It's definitely like a pause in our lives, which
Yeah,
obviously we've never been through it, so it's completely different, and we all hate it.
we absolutely hate
But
it.
at the same time, going to school would definitely spread it more.
Yeah,
Like, still being in school when it first started, I personally think is what definitely spread it more. Even if it wasn't like the kids who had it, there's still all the teachers,
hmm
and they're obviously more likely to get it than us. So I think closing school was definitely a good choice, but I definitely wish we didn't have to do that.
yeah. Okay, now I want to bring this up, and we did talk about asking you this question. You said you were fine about it, and I'm like,
Yes.
we can agree that you and Zach in the past have been back and forth a lot of the times, which is a lot, which is pretty normal in a lot of relationships, more than you think. Like my parents did it before they got married.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pressure you into the answer, but what is
You're
it that
not.
makes you come back together?
Um, in every relationship, there's a lot that nobody knows.
Hmm
Definitely there's the bad times, which I feel like a lot of people know about.
Yeah.
But there's also the times when we both feel like we don't really have anyone else, and then we're there in like a split second for the other. And it's almost been a year too. Next month will be a year, and it's just really hard, especially when you have that like connection with someone, just to like give up. Which I mean, I know a lot of people do with some of the things that have happened, but also he has changed a lot, and so have I. So yeah,
Okay. Well, I think that pretty much answers it. Is this there's still feelings there even when there's breaking up. It kind
yeah,
of just shows that you guys, are pretty like good for each other, no matter how bad it can be at times.
yeah,
But whatever, it's still early. High school relationships are just at this point. I feel like high school relationships are like they rarely turn out to be marriages, is what I think. Because
yeah,
after high school, there's college and it's a whole new world, and they're going to be new people and new opportunities, and you might forget like a lot of people that you used to go to high school with. I'm not saying you will forget them, but like just feel like you
yeah.
weren't, you know.
I definitely like. I definitely. This is probably bad to say. I definitely don't see me as that anymore. But like, um, it's like our life now, so it's so
hmm
important to us right now because it's what we're living in. And we
Yeah,
obviously can't just skip to the future or go back. So like, just gotta live in the moment. Like that's all you can do.
yeah, and besides, we're all young. We're in high school. There's hopefully there's going to be a future ahead of us. So just have fun while you're young. Then when you're older, you accomplish college and you get a good job and you're comfortable. That's when you really start seeking.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just drop that. I don't want to get too into detail, as much people would love to hear more about it. But so
Yeah.
so I came up with this section is like just ask random questions I could think of. So
Okay.
some trivia, two of them are like trivia, but some of them are. I mean, without looking it up, Keegan, to
Okay.
test how smart you are, who is on the $1 bill? Which president is on the $1 bill?
I cannot give you that answer. Is it George Washington?
That is correct.
Oh my god. I just guessed,
Oh my god.
honestly.
Yeah, that's the
I'm not
best guess at that point. I
I'm
just
not good
think
at
of
history.
I just think of $1, number one, first president George Washington. Think about that.
I didn't even know he was the first president.
Oh my god. Okay. We'll skip on trivia. So now 100% honesty. That's what I want from this one. And it's a very
Okay.
controversial topic if you answer right or wrong. What do you think about pineapples on pizza?
That's disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
And can you give us viewers a reason why?
I only like cheese pizza, and honestly, pineapples just smell like disgusting.
I mean, I don't know what kind of pineapples you've been eating, but I don't think they smell disgusting.
I don't know, dude. I don't like pineapples. No one in my house does, so
Wow.
I only like cheese pizza.
Is that the only pizza you like?
Yeah, but like I'll eat pepperoni if that's the only pizza around me, and
What if
you know.
are you one of those people who take the pepperoni off?
I am.
Then you're not eating pepperoni pizza. You're just eating
Okay,
cheese
but
pizza.
sometimes when I'm too lazy to take the pepperoni off, I still eat it.
Oh my god, man, we're really gonna get through quarantine.
I know.
Okay, what is an instant red flag about a boy?
Uh,
Like for a boy, like if they have this trait, it's an instant red flag.
um, the story not adding up, so like lying.
Okay, so just being dishonest.
Yes, because trust is the number thing you need.
Yeah. All right, next one. PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Man, that's I don't
I feel
have
like you already knew that.
I didn't. I know you play video games. I don't know which system though.
I have a PlayStation.
Okay, well that answers it. Favorite clothing brand?
Oh shit, American Eagle.
American Eagle. That's respectable.
Yes, for sure. It's just expensive.
Yeah, kind of. I like what is Aeropostale because they kind of have stuff that really looks like American Eagle and all those typical kind of brands, but they're like pretty cheap about it, and I just like the style of it.
Yeah, yeah.
What show would you like to see another season of?
Oh my god, Grey's Anatomy, dude.
There's been like a million seasons of Grey's Anatomy.
I know, and I already know they're coming out with more.
Oh my god. At least it's not like The Simpsons, who has like 30 seasons and counting.
Yeah, that'd be a lot to keep up with.
Best ice cream flavor.
Oh shit. Vanilla fudge swirl.
Ooh. I think vanilla is the most underrated ice cream flavor.
Really?
Yeah. People are like, oh, it's vanilla, plain and boring. I'm like, it's actually really good.
I mean, it's definitely plain and boring, but if I ever have just vanilla, I usually put like chocolate syrup and whipped cream on top.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that literally led us up to the other question, the most underrated ice cream flavor. I said mine was vanilla. What is yours?
Oh, definitely. Hmm. Just chocolate.
Just chocolate? Is it hard served, soft serve, or just chocolate?
Like the one you buy at Hanford.
Oh, it's just in a tub.
Yeah.
I like get some of the chocolate with like the chocolate chunks in there.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's
And
really
like,
good.
or the chocolate with the caramel swirl in it.
Oh yeah, very good. All of it's very
That's
good.
good. Yeah.
If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Seafood. Any
Seafood.
type of seafood.
Really? What's your favorite type of seafood then?
All of it. Like literally any seafood.
All right, I get it. Um, now last question. What do you think about eliminating middle class people?
I mean, I'm a middle class person, so are my parents. So anyone who wants to do that can go fuck themselves. That's my opinion.
That is an amazing answer.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. So, I mean, I don't know if this is too controversial to bring up for you. But
Okay.
you during the school year, you and this certain someone, got in
Oh
a little
my
scuffle.
god.
I'm not gonna say the name. I'm not gonna say the name. I'm not gonna say the name. But you and this person got in a certain scuffle. Can you tell us how it actually happened? Not saying any names. Just say how it happened if you want to.
I can't really say what it was about, but the person had something of mine and would not give it back. It was my brother's actually. And basically, I got mad and I was saying stuff. And then during fourth period that day, this person and two other people came in and were like shit talking me to my face pretty much. And then I don't think I've ever been like that mad before. I was like shaking really bad. I was just like looking down at my phone. And then one of them was like, so you're not even gonna look at us. And then I like looked at him. And then I kind of just said, I'm looking at you now. And then I kind of just like, one tower out.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Who broke it up?
Yeah. Miss Woodsum.
Oh, wow.
My homie. I love Miss Woodsum.
Wow. This happened
Yeah.
the third floor?
Yes. Mr. Hodum and Miss Woodsum actually broke it up.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I thought the third floor B wing was safe.
No.
It's always
No.
it's the E wing is the one that's always the sketchiest.
The E-Wing? Which
Yeah,
one's that?
exactly. It's the one where the Success and Innovation Center is.
Oh, yeah, that one's sketch.
Yeah, I thought there would be no crime, but now I guess the B wing third floor is tainted with crime now.
Oh, yeah. Apparently there's been a fight in Miss Woodsum's room, like, every year.
Oh yeah, people get heated. I've been in that. I've myself got heated in that classroom.
Yeah, but you also don't like Miss Woodsum, so...
Yeah, I do not. Well, who won?
The person talking right now.
Oh, well, that's congratulations. The only person that Floyd Mayweather is afraid to fight. Keegan Andrews.
Yeah. Okay. I'm kind of scared to fight him.
Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty skinny.
I mean...
He also did beat Conor McGregor. I guess that's all the time we have for today. I don't know. What else do you want to talk about?
I don't know, dude.
I'm the
You're
host
the
person.
person asking, so...
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on the show. If you ever want to come on again, just let me know.
Thank you.
All right, you have a good day. Oh,
you
wait.
too.
Oh, wait. Were you saying something?
I was going to say thanks for having me.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Goodbye. All right, well, thank you everyone for watching this first quarantine edition of the Mount Blue podcast. Hopefully there'll be more episodes. I do have more people lined up. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.